It's me, Michael C., the source of life over the mic. My guest and I will share our stories and experiences. Now on the show today we have. Whoa. Let me introduce this season finale for you. This is season finale, not fit for no Eagles fan. It's fit for a Cowboys fan. Let me please introduce Sherese Parsons, the woman behind 2022 Rookie of the Year, Micah Parson, 2022 All-Pro selection. You already know what time it is. Let's go, Kim. We're back. You already know who it is. Michael C., the source of life over the mic. I need y'all to sit back and relax, y'all. Sit back and relax. Guess who I have here? I have the 2021-2022 Defensive Rookie Player of the Year's mother, Miss Sherese Parsons. Welcome to the SkyBoxx, girl. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, ain't nothing better than this, man. This is a wonderful moment, y'all. A wonderful moment because I got you at the SkyBoxx. Let's get this thing popping. Let's get right into it.
Okay.
Right into it. All right. When it comes down to the NFL, explain to me when it all happened. Give me that upbringing moment with Micah.
From when he was young, or
when he was young. Let's start from the beginning with Micah.
well, when he was young, me and his dad, we started him off by I think his first sport was t-ball. He started t-ball like when he was about 3 years old, and then when he was old enough to get signed up for the Harrisburg Packers, I think when he was about 5. Then he's played on with the Commandos, like the Smurfs Commandos or something like that. And then he kind of worked his way up. He stuck with football. I think he played football every year until about 7th grade when he could make weight. So he couldn't make weight, so he played fall baseball that year. And then after that, he was old enough to go on to the as an 8th grader. He played on the freshman team for Central Dauphin.
Yeah, them. Central Dauphin, y'all. We made the biggest mistake of our when it comes down to it, the biggest mistake. Do you ever think that he would get to the NFL?
No, I to be honest, I didn't. I know he always dreamed of it. I remember when he was young, playing on the Commandos. He had this one coach, Coach Ham, and Coach Ham used to always tell him when he was young. He said, you don't see too many kids like him. And he said it from like when he was like 5 and 6 years old that he had the gift and that he was going to make it.
And did you hear that a lot? Where people always would say that, like, "Oh, he's got it, and whatever."
No, they didn't always say that. They just, said he was a special player. He had a lot of talent. But a lot of kids, be a special player and have a lot of talent, but don't make it to be to the NFL that lead. It's only a handful of kids. I think they say it's like 1 or 2% of the kids that play college football that end up in the NFL. So.
Absolutely. Take us through the moment when he got drafted.
Well, when he got drafted, I know he kept saying that he wanted to go to Dallas, but down the time he didn't know where he was going to go. But in his heart, he kept asking, saying that's where he wanted to be. So I remember on draft day, he wasn't sure where he was going to end up. So when Dallas had skipped their turn, he was like, oh man, I guess he's going to go to the what is it, the Giants, because the Giants were saying that Dallas didn't take him, they was going to take him, but then they traded. He was like, okay, then Dallas is back up on the board again. So then we got all excited, and that moment when Jerry called him, he was so excited. He was like, if Dallas, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. So, that was an awesome moment. And, he was happy that, he got the place where he really wanted to be. Because every since when he was younger, he didn't really have a football team. He actually, to be honest, he didn't really watch football much at all. He always played the Xbox, but he wasn't like You
At least
know,
he's an Xbox guy. I'm down with that. At least you're an Xbox guy. There you go. There you go, Micah.
but he wasn't never like, like some guys Saturday, Sunday, they in front of the TV watching the football games. I know my oldest son was like that, but Micah, he just didn't really watch it. Like, he usually watched it like championship games,
Right. The
the big
playoffs
games,
and
yeah,
stuff like
big
that.
games.
Right,
But
right.
he never like had a special team. But when he had went down for the Cotton Bowl, he played in the Dallas Stadium, and for some reason he just was like, you know what, this is where I want to play.
Right. So what was the moment like when you got that call or that text message from him and he said, Mama, you don't have to work anymore?
No, I still work. Yeah.
Oh,
I still work.
there you go. All
People
right,
probably
now you
don't
heard it humble. You heard it humble.
People probably don't think I work, but I still work. I know before he was like, when he wanted to go to the league, he said, I could quit my job. But I told him at the time, I said, I'm not quitting my job. At the time, I was on my job, 21 years? And I was like, I'm not giving up all that, my benefits and stuff. I get a lot of vacation time.
Got the bennies. You got
Yeah,
to hold on to
I
the
said
bennies.
I can't do that. And then when COVID had hit, and then it was like, oh, we could work fully remote. We don't have to go back to the office. Then he was like, well, then there's no excuse, Mom. You can move to Dallas.
Right.
So I was like, all right, yeah, okay. I don't got an excuse. I can move now. I can work, from Dallas. So took my job. I was moving, and I still work from Dallas.
I know what the first thing he purchased for you was at home.
Mhm.
What was the first thing you purchased for yourself?
I got me a new car.
Oh, all right. There you go. There you go. There you go. What part of the NFL mom takes you back the most when it comes to the NFL? Like the life of the NFL.
Some people, get all excited because, like, we had went to the Pro Bowl and different things. My family members. I'm not really a big football fan, to be honest. I've watched football because Micah plays, but I don't care about like all the other players. Like some people are like, oh my God, this is whoever. I want to take pictures. I'm like, hey, how you doing? because to me, they just a normal person, just like Micah. He's just a normal person. So I just treat them all the same. And I think a lot of players, people don't realize they respect that. Yes, they in that limelight. They get a lot of attention, but at the end of the day, they want you just to treat them like everybody else because that's really at the end of the day, that's who they are. But because they celebs and stuff like that, people be all crazy and want to be taking pictures, fanboys and girls, whatever. I don't do that. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Just
There's
keep it.
There's got to be that one person you got starstruck by, though.
No, not yet. I haven't found it yet. I haven't got that far yet.
Okay. So it could happen. All right. What part about the business scares you the most when it comes to your son?
I don't think nothing really scared me because he got a pretty good head on his shoulders. He's always thinking outside the box. I told him, sometimes you just got to just be careful, like the company you keep, who you're around and things. I said because you can get caught up in a minute.
Right.
So I used to tell him that, and he had experienced it one time. I think it was about ninth or 10th grade. And then, I got that call 3 a.m. And then I'm like, seriously? And then, he realized. Then after that, he was like, Mom, you was right, So then after that, he just hangs with his day ones. Even to this day, football player and all, NFL, he still hang with the same crew.
You always gotta have your day ones. You know who my team day one is. You already know what
stay with the day ones, and because he learned his lesson the hard way. He had to be sitting at the police station and stuff. And the good thing about it, he didn't get in trouble because the cops were like, well, you didn't, he wasn't high, he wasn't drunk, or he didn't have any drugs on him and stuff. He was just in the car with somebody that he wasn't supposed to be in the car with. Wrong place, wrong time. And I told him, I said, see what I told you. You can't just be with friends because with everybody.
Right.
You have to be careful about that. And when he learned that, and he was like, after that, he's not that type of person that befriends people very easily or hang around them to that capacity where he's going to get caught up in things.
Right. So. If they're not bringing nothing to his table, then it's just not going to. I feel that. You said you lived in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Jerry World. What's it like to meet Jerry Jones?
Oh, it was nice. It was funny because when we met him, I was like, hey, family. I said, we family now, right? And then he was like, yes, ma'am, we're family. So then every time I see him, I'm like, that's what I say. Hey, family, how you doing?
I know, that's right. That stadium is enormous. It's huge.
It's a really nice stadium. I like it.
That's about all you can look at and say, you just like, this is whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like they have like the lounge, and they have like this little owners lounge. It be laid out. It's all decked out with like TVs inside the wall. I mean, it's not like a TV screen. It's like in a wall, part of the wall, but it's a TV. It's like I'm like I never saw that like that before. But
Like,
yeah,
you've been to others, like, you've been to a few stadiums now, right? There's nothing like Jerryville.
um, no, so far I think Dallas is the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got a parking lot where you could actually park. You know, I went to the Bucks. I'm like, I was teasing my cousin because he's a Buck fan. I said, at least we work on concrete. We ain't on grass.
Yeah. In your eyes, what made Micah so special to you?
Well, Micah, he has a kind heart. He looks out for people, and he's the type of kid that yes, he's successful, but he's willing to bring people along with him.
Right.
Like his day ones or his close friends that he like to hang out with. He's going to try to help them be successful as well as him.
I know that's right. When did you think that moment that he, quote unquote, made it? Like that, Mama, you made it moment.
I think the day he got drafted,
Mm-hmm.
and after that, he was like, we moving to Dallas, Mom. I'm going to take care of you. You don't have to worry about nothing. But I like my own money, so I know if I needed something or whatever, he'd look out for me. Like our house didn't have a pool, and I was like, he said, what one thing you want for the house, Mom? I said, a pool. Now I didn't realize how much a pool gonna cost, but he was like, when he told me the price, I'm like, whoa! I didn't think it was gonna be that much, but he was like, what I'm gonna do after the season, he did a couple I guess showings or show up to different I guess events and things like that. He was like, "What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna work the events and get all the money I can." And he said that's gonna be my money to pay for the pool. And then he's getting my movie room. They in the process of fixing up his movie room. He's gonna get my movie room, the pool, with all my little extra money. He said then that way, it's the extra money is not coming out of my pocket like that. I was like,
Right.
hey.
Right. Hey.
So right now it's almost ready. It should be ready by the time I get back home.
Oh, go get it. Go get it. I'm gonna hit I'm gonna hit a sore spot now, all right? Thoughts on your playoff game against the Niners?
I thought, me personally, I thought we didn't play our best game that game. It's games that we came out, we played hard, and we was chasing that bag. That game, I think, we just wasn't chasing it. Some people was on point and was ready to go, and I think some people probably was just like, you know what, I'm tired.
I'm just tired. I'm just tired.
I know Micah said he was tired, but he was chasing it.
Oh, he was chasing it. Yeah, he put it all on the line. Put it all on the line. What do you look for you guys doing next year?
I mean, hopefully, be honest, I hope we can win a couple playoff games and even make it to the Super Bowl if we can. I know that, of course, everybody beginning of the season, you all hyped on that, that's your goal, you're going to make it to the Super Bowl and everything. But, as the time go on, you get beat up, body hurting, you're tired, it's like 18 weeks, it's like, you're just ready for it to be over. But then when you look ahead, you get that little extra burst of strength. Like, you know what? I can make it one more game.
I can do it one more game for that little chunky thing. That check, yeah, I can do it. I can do it one more game. I know that's right. What are your predictions for Micah individually? He had 14 and a half sacks last year.
Well, I told him I told everybody last year when I did an interview that he was going to make the defensive rookie of the year. Because Micah, he's the type that when he won something, he tried to go out and get it. Cause like even when he was at Penn State, his thing he wanted to win the Buckets Award and a couple of different things, and then I think he wanted to get on the wall for the consensus All American.
Right.
And so I remember the day that I had drafted him off. As long as you stay focused, you put the mind to it, and you put the work in, you can be whatever you want.
Right.
And so he achieved most of his goals, but he didn't win that one Buckets Award. But then he ended up getting it for in the NFL.
Right. So he won everything so far.
So everything that he had. So right now he haven't stated what he wants next year, but I'm pretty sure his goal is probably to win the defensive player of the year.
Hey, he has a great shot. Great shot.
He had a close shot this year.
Yeah, yeah.
So and then I know towards the end of the season he was mad because he really wanted that sack record.
It was that TJY.
Yeah, he wanted that sack record, and then he was mad the one game. He's like, man, he said coaching. He said I don't think he put me he wasn't putting him, I guess, a lot of defensive end or putting him in the position of sacks and stuff. And he's like he kept playing me back. He said I wanted to play Rushmore, so he could try to get them sacks. Yeah, right. He wanted to try to get the sacks, and he was like he just was mad. He was like I don't think the coach is putting me up to get it. So then after the last game, he was like it didn't even matter when he ended up getting COVID. He was like that game don't even matter. So if I don't play, he said it's all right because he said that don't count because he wanted to do it in 17 games, not 18.
18, right. But hey, he was a monster this year. Y'all hear it, man. Y'all heard it. He does not want to play linebacker. He wants to play DN. He wants to rush.
He wants to play both.
Oh, he wants to play both.
Yeah, he wants to do both.
Oh.
Yeah, because he said he don't want to be straight DN and he don't want to be straight linebacker.
So they want to just run him around like how they do on offense, like they do with Tyreek Hill. But
yeah, he want to do both. He want to be that versatile person where you can't plan for him. You got to go out and seek him. You had to stop him where he don't want you to plan for him. You want to be that surprise where you don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, exactly. And I say one thing, and I even put it on. I had it on my podcast before, and I said, you know what? The one thing is going to be a problem with Micah is that he's not going to be able to handle slot receivers, and I was wrong with that. That man's just flat out fast. He can get it at any time. Like you cannot, like you said, he can't plan for him. Anyway, anywhere, anyhow. Eagles, be ready. Lord, be ready, please. Be ready, be ready, be ready. I got two more correct questions. Are we riding now?
Okay.
All right. I want to describe in one word. I'm going to throw players out there. All right. You're not really big on them, but you said they're like whatever. All right.
Let's see.
Let's go with Michael Irvin.
Oh, he's really nice. He came to our house the one day when he did the pivot.
Yes, and I watched that. I love that.
Yeah, he was really nice. He was like, "Hey, Mom." I was like, "Hey." With COVID and everything, I guess they used to have a thing where the parents could go meet like other parents and the players and stuff after the games, but with COVID, they didn't have it. The only ones I met was what was his name? What do you think? Trayvon Diggs. I met Diggs. I met he's really nice. He's so quiet and well mannered. I really like him. And then I met CeeDee Lamb at the Pro Bowl, and then I met Marcus Lawrence, and then I think Randy Ball. Gregory.
Randy Gregory. All right. I'm gonna ask you this.
Oh no, actually I met the linebackers too. Sorry, they came to the house for dinner one day. That's right.
Oh, so you did. All right.
But I didn't really talk to them much. But yeah, I met them.
They all had to come there to go see Mama.
Oh, actually, I met Osa. I really like Osa.
So you see, you did me though.
I forgot about that. Him and Sean Wright came to our house. We played card games together.
See, look at that. You had them all right there. You had a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of the rookies.
If you could bring someone to the SkyBoxx, who would it be? You had a good time, right?
You mean a player?
Anybody. It could be a player. It could be anyone important. It could be your best friend. It could be a banker.
I bring my brother. He's an Eagles fan. He probably really liked it. He would talking over Eagles, and he's a big football fan, and he's like one of Micah's biggest supporters.
There we go. Hey, we can probably make that happen. Get him on the SkyBoxx. You got any shout out?
No.
No shout out?
No shout out.
No shout out. Well, you already know who my shout outs go to. Nico, you already know who it is. My love, you know who you are. And Daryl, I brought a cowboy, man. Can't be mad at me about that. But if you have any thoughts, questions, or concerns, hit me up at the number one, SkyBoxx at gmail.com. If you're on Facebook, all you have to do is search me, Michael C. or Michael Curtis, Micheal Curtis. And if you're on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. It's only $3.99. And if you're on IG, all you have to do is search at SkyBoxx Pod. I want to thank Miss Parson for coming through the SkyBoxx. And again, my name is Michael C., the source of life over the mic. And also remember, be good to yourself, y'all.
Season 4, final thoughts. Miss Sherese Parsons, what I got from this interview today was it didn't matter if your son was an NFL football player, he was a doctor, a lawyer, or a teacher. You are proud of who he has become as a man. And everyone thanks you. Flowers go to you. But always remember, fly, eagles fly. These are my final thoughts. I'm Michael C., the source of life, over the mic. And also remember, be good to yourself, y'all.
Thanks for watching the SkyBoxx. And click one of these 3 videos that pertain to the SkyBoxx. And also remember, be good to yourself, y'all.